Everybody, this is the co-host Shade 59000. Today we are here to present to you Las Vegas Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. I do not come alone. I do have the host himself, Leo, aka Mr. Bloodlocker. However, due to some unfortunate circumstances, he's only going to be able to work as the camera guy for the time being because family matters calls for family personal stuff. And as for the responsibility over here, I'm going to do my best to do a full on commentating for myself for not only just points, also pit, the race, qualifying, and the finishing. So bear with me. I'm a hell of a rusty for this one. And this is my first time ever actually doing this by myself, actually. But anyways, back to the elephant in the room. So over here, you can see the previous points from Watkins Glen. So right over here, we have 152 points for the number one car rally. And we have a tie for the first wild card spot. That goes for the number 2 of Aztec and the number 4 of Ryan Little. There's a tie for wild card spot number 1 for number 2 of Aztec and the number 32 of Zeno with 217 points each. And then we have a tie for 5th place for the number 3 driver of Vink, and the 69 car of Viper. And right over here, we have a tie for the second wildcard spot. That's the number 4 of Ryan Little and the number 48 driver of Danny with 213 points each. Over here, we have Victor that has 176 points. And then the next one, we have the number 7 car of Eddie, who has 139 points. Then we have the 8 of myself, who is in 10th place with 220 points. Then we have the number 11 driver, who has 195 points, or she, or whoever. And then we have the number 12 of Timothy Boccaccio, who has 156 points. Then we have the number 13 car of I can't remember the name right now. I'm so deeply apologize. Who has 172 points. Then we have the number 14 driver of Omar, who has 190 points. Then we have the number 17 of Elton John, who has 207 points. Then you have the number 20 of Dale Irwin, who has 197 points. The 21 of Jolt, who has 177 points. The number 23 of Jedi Master, who has 206 points. Then we have the 26 driver of Danielle, who has 187 points. Then we have the number 28 driver of Mr. King Will, who has 209 points. Then we have the 29 driver, who is tied with 5th place, which I previously mentioned is the number 3. Then we have the number 34 of Arthur, who has 212 points, has the 3rd wildcard spot. Then we have the 35 of SOT Productions, who unfortunately had a bad run that has 127 points. Then we have the number 3 of the Tord, aka the Singing Pizza Man, with the Stanley Machine, rocking it with 307 points with a comfortable 1st place. Then we have the number 37 of Jonah, who has 163 points. Then we have the 42 of who was originally Baller, but we switched over a different driver due to unfortunate circumstances. So we have Thomas. Thomas has 156 points. Then we have the 43 of Jeff Gordon Ramsay, who unfortunately, due to mental health reasons, is going to be taking a 2-week hiatus for this racing season over here currently. So we do hope you have a speedy recovery, Mr. Jeff Gordon Ramsay, who was in 7th place with 229 points. Then we have the host himself, Leo, Scotty Leo to be specific, who has 210 points, not far off from his friend over here at the 43. Then we have the 47 of Dahi, who has 187 points. Then we have Danny, who has 213, previously mentioned, tied for second wildcard spot. Then we have the number 50, who has 186 points. Then we have the number 52 of Maya, who is in sixth place currently with 232 points. Then we have the 56 of Pierce, who has 193 points. Then we have K Lemon, who is currently 8th place with 224 points. Then we have the 60 car of Cherry Bomb, tied for 5th place with the 3 Avec with 233 points. Then we have the 63 car of Charger, who has 211 points. Then we have the 64 car of Xavier, who is currently in 9th with 222 points. That's an angel number right there, so he might be blessed. Then we have the 69 car of Viper, tied with 3rd with none other than over here, 3rd, see properly, with the 80 of Cryos with 270 points each. And then we have the 72 of good old Trinity Kevin with 191 points. Then we have the 74 of Quan, who has 163 points. Then we have the 77 of Cloudy Dash, who has 168 points. And last but not least, we have Cryos, who has tied for 3rd place with 270 points. But over here, what you're about to witness is the current aftermath of points right now after this current race that we had from ThunderFire. So if you go ahead, take it away, let us show the current aftermath of the points. So in about a few seconds from now, or right now actually, we're about to witness change of points. So over here, this is a big change over here. The number 1 of having 179 points, good rebound. Then you have the 2 of Aztec, who currently went up to 225 points. Fortunately, lost the wild card spot. Then over here we got the 3 of Ink, who is currently in 8th with 263 points. Then you have the number 4 of Brian Little having 228 points, followed by Victor, who has 211 points. With up next, we have Eddie with 149 points. Jeez, I wonder how Eddie is not becoming lucky with the number 7. 7's supposed to be a lucky number. I have myself reaching up to 9th with 262 points, a great rebound for me. Then we have a tie with 199 points each. That would be the 11 of Brittany and the 12 of Timothy Macasho. Over here for the 13, we got 213 points. That's ironic if you remember the 2. If you remove the 200, you get 13 points. Over here, we got number 14 of Omar, who has 196 points, excuse me. Then you have the 17 car of Elton John, who's slowly catching up with the wildcard spots, so be on the lookout for the 17, who has 231 points. Then you have the 20 of Dale Irwin, who has 202 points, with a bit of a lackluster performance, if you ask me. Then you have the 21 car of Jolt, who has 195 points. Not looking too hot, but hoping for a rebound for the 21 machine. Then you have the 23 of Jedi Master, who is currently tied for wildcard spot number 2 with 248 points. That is currently tied with Zeno at the 32. Then you have the 26 of Danielle, who has 214 points. Be on the lookout for the number 28, who is gradually, close, literally just 5 points off of grabbing the 3rd wildcard spot, but just became too short, not having the cigar. So let's hope by after this current race, he'll be able to grudge up to it, or hell, maybe get up to the top 10. Up next, we have Kayla, who's currently in 10th place right now with 253 points of the 29. And currently, right now, due to Jeff Gordon Ramsay taking a hiatus, we have a temporary driver that's taking his place right now. That will be the 30 of Bobby. The reason is that Bobby is going part-time, and whenever we have a full-time racer taking a little bit of a hiatus, some part-time drivers will go full-time until they're fully recovered or we get confirmation of their status. So I already have a confirmation with the status of the 43 of Jeff Gordon Ramsay. So in the meantime, he's going to be taking a break till he comes back, possibly around the 22nd of this month. So be on the lookout, ThunderFire drivers. Over here, currently tied with, like I said, for Zuno. So let's move on over here. A great rise in points right now for the 33 of Lo-Fi, who has 278 points in 5th place currently. Then you have the 34, just about a few points off in the wildcard spot situation, just like Mr. King will. So be on the lookout for people that are within the top 15. The 35 of SOT Productions, another lackluster performance with 130 points. That is a big yikes. They've been having bad days, especially with the machine having cheap-ass parts, if you ask me. Then over here for the 36, you have Tord, a.k.a. the Singing Pizza Man, with 334 points. He would perform better, but he just had bad luck. But at the end of the day, he's got the most points that he needs to keep up with a little bit of the rebound. Over here at the 37, Jonah, excuse me, who has 175 points. A bit of a lackluster performance. I have a feeling they could definitely do a little bit of a rebound. So over here on the 42, we have Thomas over here, who is currently at 165 points. As expected for someone that came up and decided to return, or actually take over someone else's card due to unfortunate circumstances with the previous 42 driver. So we hope everything goes well for Thomas over here. Jeff Gordon Ramsay, stuck with 229 points, started his hiatus. So until about the 22nd of this month, he should be able to rise up in points. And over here, the 44 of your host himself, Scotty Leo, currently in the 3rd wildcard spot with 247 points. How about that? He's been having good days. So let's hope he keeps up with the consistency with that. He might be able to contend for the championship for the Winston Chase. Over here, the 47 of Dahi, we got him having 210 points. Within possibly the top 15 if I were to do some math. Now we're here to 48 car, unfortunately no longer in the wild card spots of poor old Danny with 238 points. Then you have the 50 car of Nick, who has 188 points. Unfortunately for poor old Nick, finishing last in the previous race, so Nick is definitely going to have to do a little bit of a rebound for sure. The 52 of the rookie of Maya, everyone over here is rookies except myself and a few others. 52 is currently in 6th with 272 points. Loving the consistency. If they continue to keep this up with the consistency, I'm pretty sure they're going to do well to make it for the championship. As for the 56, 56 has 214 points. They need to step up their A game if they want to compete. As poor old Ken Lemon's been dropped down, no longer in the top 10 or even in the wildcard spot situation. Ken Lemon needs to catch up if he wants to be in the Winston Chase. Over here for the 60, we have Cherry Bomb in the 1st wildcard spot with 251 points. Very explosive rebound over here. Then you have the 63 of Charger, who has 243 points. Just like Ken Lemon, they need to step up their A game if they want to compete. 64 of good old Xavier, after pulling the win, like a sure good win at Talladega, boy, it was really interesting to see, nevertheless, from good old Xavier. The 66 of Alex Bowman. Great rebound for good old Alex Bowman, having 296 points, and now currently in the top 3 for the podium right now. As also for Viper settling out in the tie situation, currently in 2nd with 302 points. as only 2 drivers made it to the 300-point range. Over here for the 72 of Trinity Kevin, who has 198 points, just about 2 points off for making it to the 200 range. Needs to step up the A game big time. Same goes for Quan of the 74, having 177 points. Needs to step up the A game, as well as a 77 of Cloudy Dash, who has 168 points. But not least, we have the 80 car of Cryos, who has 281 points, is currently in 4th in the top 5. So anything could change. There's only just about one tie, and that is for the second wildcard spot. So let's go ahead and head over to the track to see what's going on. Alrighty. Really getting hyped for this race over here, ladies and gentlemen. Having a little bit of some difficulties, but we'll be over here fixing things up over here. There's nothing to worry about. Pretty sure everything will do fine. In the meantime, the host is going BRB, I think, unless if it's a message that came out earlier. So in the meantime, just chill out for a bit, as the host will be right back to help out with the race, unless if he is here. Make a little funny joke over here. But yeah, I finally got my pizza done cooking, so you might be able to hear me snacking. I mean, I hadn't ate anything all day, honestly. Ow! Good going, host. You're an asshole. But welcome back, host. Right now, let's show off the track of what we have for the Pennzoil 400 at your home track at Las Vegas Speedway. So let's go ahead, check it out. So let's go ahead and get this set up and get the show on the road, everyone. So over here, let me go ahead and check on the little lap situation over here with how many laps on the track. So as a check a look at the how long it is over by at Las Vegas currently. Oh, we are checking right now to see all the drivers over here are available. Well, it looks like that little old Thomas here has submitted a paint scheme over here, rocking it with the blue and purple combo paint scheme. Let me take a look and see what the sponsor is. It is. Ooh, okay. It's a unique looking sponsor, nevertheless. Don't know what it is exactly, but we'll go ahead and take care of that for a little bit. After host himself gets his stats set up and ready to go. In the meantime, you're gonna hear me cut up my pizza, as I'm gonna take a little bit of a slice while I'm not talking. Pizza time. So over here, we'll take on look at the track of Las Vegas, over by Nevada, as it is a 1.5 mile track. That's going to be 150 laps or more, if I were to be correct on that one. So over here, we can see a little bit of a, so we have the Longest time duration is 161 laps.
Default's
And
147,
it's
134 is less, and 161 is more.
okay. I have a feeling we could do 161 laps for more. So that way it's because Las Vegas over here has been really interesting. Because everyone loves Las Vegas. To see who will have the infinite luck for ThunderFire in the Pennzoil 400. So we have pace lap, yellow flags, and double file restarts. All right, everything's all set and ready to go. Let's go ahead and get to Las Vegas. As we're making final tweaks to this race to see the best outcome for it, we're going to go ahead and take a look. We might fast forward it to a little bit. So over here right now, we finished up practice. We're going to wait for a little bit on qualifying because we have the happy hour situation. Las Vegas has been very much a lot of surprises for all kinds of drivers within every single season, ranging from Golden Rush and the ThunderFire. Excuse me one second.
Yeah, I would talk a little more, but I'm mainly gonna probably do reporter stuff, style. In a way, NASCAR usual days, I can't really do commentary as much because, as Shay mentioned before, but yeah, it's just gonna be qualifying race today. We don't have enough time for practice, so enjoy the qualifying results and race.
Over here right now, leading this first lap is the 80 of Frios, followed by the 17 of Elton John, the 52 of Maya, the 8 of myself, the 36 of Tord, 42 of Thomas, the 12 of Timothy Macasio, the 80, the 14, the 44 of Scotty Leo, the 50 of Nick, and oh, never mind, Tord takes the pole. And you have me take a third.
Secure winner, Tord.
So Tord will take pole for this qualifying at Las Vegas. So in the meantime, I'm gonna continue on eating till I'm finished, so you don't hear me rudely talk with my mouth full. Last I'm in the third, so I'm like the second runner-up. All right, this one's going to be a bit of a doozy for me to take care of, so I got to take care of all 42 drivers. Let's hope the names are going to be kept up so I can be able to announce real quick. So over here, the winner for the pole position for the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Speedway, we have the 36 of the Stanley Machine, the Pontiac Grand Prix of Tord, aka the Singing Pizza Man. Followed by the runner-up, we have the 52 of the Crisis Star of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Maya. Then you have the 8 Artillery's Home Mech Tech of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of myself. Then you have Right beside on the outside is the Sun of the 8 at the CFI Chevrolet Monte Carlo, the 80 of Cryos. Then you have the Zippo R12 bumper to bumper auto parts and service at the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Timothy Mercasio. Well, by that we got the internet guide Lycos of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Elton John. Then you have the 64 of the Schneider National with the 844 Pride of Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Xavier. Then you have the 42 of the Calpra, or this movie sponsor over here, of the Pontiac Grand Prix of Thomas Drope. Over right here, you have the 44 of the Shell Pontiac Grand Prix of the host himself, Scotty Leo. And you have the 56 of the CFI of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Pierce. Then you have the 32 of the White Rain Hair Care Ford Tartarus of Zeno. Then you have the 33 of the Kelnex brand Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Lo-Fi. Well, by that you got the 47 of the Monroe Buffler Break-In Service with the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Dahi. Then you have the 57 of the Justin Boots Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Care Lemon. And then over here you got the 28 the no sponsor, secondary sponsor Red Line Oil of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Mr. King Will. Then you have on the inside, it's the 50 of the Dr. Pepper Fort Tartarus of Nick. So right here you got the number 30 of the Slim Jim Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Bobby. And over to number 6, you got the Petco Energy Power Team batteries of Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Victor. Then you have the 13 at the Winland Engineering Company Inc. of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Phase. Then you have the number 1 Rayovac Maximum Overdrive of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Alley. Then you have Stop of America, the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of the 26 of Danielle. And you have the 35 of the South Carolina SCANA Power for Living Pontiac Grand Prix of SOT Productions. And you have the 66 of the Phillips Route 66 of the Monte Carlo Chevrolet of Alex Bowman. And you have the 60 of the Beef People, Win and D, and the Ford Tartarus of Cherry Bomb. Then you have the 69 of the Puffs Machine of the Chevrolet, or not the Chevrolet, Pontiac Grand Prix of Viper. Then you have the number 3 of the AC Delco Automotive Parts of Vic. Then you have the 29 of the Leaner, Meaner, DeWalt Machine of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Grim Kayla. And you have the 48 of the Union First Ford Tartarus of Danny. And then you have the 72 Detroit Gasket of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Trinity Kevin. And over you got to see the 21 of the Band-Aid, Band Adhesive and Bandages of the Ford Tartarus of Jolt. Then you see the number 2 of the New Holland Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Aztec. Over here you get to see the 23 of the WCW of the World Champion Wrestling of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Jedi Master. Then you get to see the 63 of the Lysol brand machine of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Charger. Then you get to see the Timberwolf of the 37 Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Jonah. And right behind him, we got the number 4, or actually number 14, or actually, then we have the number 4 of the Lance Snacks machine of Ryan Little in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Then we have the 14 of the Riots Furniture at the Zena Warrior Princess of the Ford Tartarus of Walmart. And over by, we got the number 11 of the Car Quest of Brittany of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And we over have the 20 of the Rescue Engine Formula of Dale Irwin of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Then you have the 74 Quan in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo and the Fena. And right beside Quan, we got the Link Express, number 7 Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Eddie. And in the last row, we have the 34 of the Gullimps Pumps ITT Industries, Franklin Electric, of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Arthur. And we have the 77 of the El Lear of the Ford Tartarus of Cloudy Dash. Interesting lineup I see over here. My picks of the day are going to be going to the 36, the 44, and the 28. Honorable mentions will go to the 8 of myself, the 12 of Timothy Mercascio, the 64 of Xavier, and the 80 of Cryos.
I'll do mine quickly as possible. I'll go Shade, John, Thomas. Honorable mentions go to Timothy Mercascio, and me, and Tord.
Here they go, cranking up their engines over here. See if there's any startup issues with all drivers. So far, no startup issues with all of the drivers. Now, we did a little bit of an interview with the 36 of how he was able to win pole position. He told us that he's got his own sponsored parts, just like how he got himself his back fixed during Watkins Glen. Well, let's see if he's able to back up that claim. Here we go, coming out of turn number 4. Pace cars coming inside. Get ready, boys and girls, coming up to our start at the race at the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Speedway. And the green flag is in the air for the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. Ford already having a strong lead with the 8 catching up per second. We have Timothy Mercascio catching up in 3rd. Can he have a good inside turn at turn number 3? And he does. The one leading this first lap is Tord, aka the Singing Pizza Man at the 36. As all the drivers finally made it through the first lap, we're going to enable our green white checkies. Welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. Already a 3 wide at the back of the pack, just about nearly 4 wide, with Eddie finally escaping through unscathed and safe. Already another 3 wide involving over here, coming out of turn number 4, as the 33 with the 47 and the 66 of Lo-Fi, Dahi, and Alex Bowman. Now 3 wide with Ali. Oh, this is going to be a tight one. Hope they check up. Already a potential 3 wide with one of the leader contenders with the 44 of Leo. Now back to single file. Then we have a 3 wide situation with Nick involving with FaZe and Thomas. You're keeping it clean though. Now they're back to 2 wide. But Thomas is still making it a 3 wide. Right behind number 3. We have another 3 wide. I mean, Thomas is looking at, oh, into the Clippers just about. Can they check up? They better check up. Watch out for the 42, y'all. You have to be really aggressive. And their 2 wide situation in the clear. King Will getting himself into a 3 wide. I don't think that's wise, buddy. Surprisingly enough, the 12 of Timothy Mercascio is itching for a win after Talladega that he got robbed. He about nearly had himself a first ever win at ThunderFire from Talladega, but it was taken away by the 64 Xavier. Jordan's not giving up that lead. And we have the 8 helping out with his teammate. The 12 has the inside line. Timothy Macascio is going to end, but the myself is trying to make it a 3 wide. Not wise for making positions at all. Letting Timothy Macascio lead away at Las Vegas for the Pennzoil 400, coming at the turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, we have Timothy Macascio leading this lap over here. Already a 3 wide with Cryos in the 52 and Maya. Some drivers are falling back behind, not having good race pace. That is the 48 of Danny and the 20 of Dale Irwin. Already this is going to be a close battle for second. As for the 6 of Victor has the fastest lap. Let's see where the fastest car is at currently. He is currently making up some ground right behind the 44 and the 52. He's slowly but surely making it there. Can he be able to make it and prove why he's the fastest car out there? He makes an inside move, passes the 52 and the 64 for a double position. He is the fastest car out there, so be on the lookout. He's right behind the 44 of Leo. And Leo makes an inside run. Can he pass Zeno, the 32 of the Ford Tartarus? He does not. He's still in the drafting game right now. The 3 slowly struggling out there, but holding his ground. Over here, the 8 is still trying to defend his second place position. It looks like he's helping his teammate out of Timothy Macascio, trying to keep Elton John from taking first place, making sure he's taking third. But Elton John has the inside run, making a slingshot maneuver. Taking away second from Shane of the 8 of the Mac Attack. Can the Mac Attack recover? We'll have to find out. They're getting too close for comfort. That's the 30 of Bobby and the 50 of Nick. Potential 3 wide that's happening right now. Out of turn number 3 to turn 4. Now it's the 50 almost scraping up to that wall, but he's still clean. No sign of debris. We have the 69 of Viper actually struggling there, and it looks like Mr. King Will is actually struggling too. But it's a little too early to call right now. You can see King Will slowly reaching his way up there. He took away the inside line, making sure Aztec wouldn't take it away.
Yeah,
King Will's pushing Viper.
Having issues early on in this race. Tight in the ends, the turns. Unfortunately, can't get the speed out of it. Unfortunately, too tight in the 69.
Ew, that is trouble right there. Having a little 28 of Mr. King Will actually taking it away with the weakness of the 4069. Having a tight car, not turning right. Have a little bit of tire issues on the side as well. That's enough, dog. Up here we got the 17 trying to catch up with back over here the 12 of Timothy Macascio. If Timothy keeps up this speed and the consistency to win at Las Vegas, he's going to lead the most amount of laps.
And 12 team here, and the pit box here, and the crew team, they said they wanted it so bad after Talladega. Held it, and they made a better car than ever. They were caught intermediates of the 1.5 mile tracks. It looks like they're having it right now as of today, but look up around John and his teammates. Oh shit, dude. Plus Torb. Can't look out for that 6-1 in the theater. Back to you.
Yep. You're gonna have to keep an eye out for the people that over here in the top 5 catching up slowly to Timothy Macasio. He may pull off some very unique magic over by the early parts of this race, but can he actually be able to defend his lead, or how long can it be? Let's find out over here. John right now is currently catching up to Timothy Macasio after this lap right here. We have Cryos having an inside line of the past the 36 of Torrico, the Singing Pizza Man. And I'm going to be right back for a second.
Alright, try to do our best here. BRBs. Yeah, that's not was medium cryos. Got the cryos on John made. This is the best cars. It is reporter in the pit box. The best way of trying to play defensive, and they do have a really good car. How long can they do it? Second best car, somewhat struggling. Still hanging in there. It's been the open hole in the lane. Pass through. Seeing Viper is slowly but surely trying to figure out our seat is still tight. Meanwhile, King Will was having a struggling beginning.
Unfortunately, over here. And now he's slowly recovering over here, catching up at the 30th lobby. Slowly but surely making up positions.
2018.
Bobby over here, slightly struggling over here right now.
2018 team, they reported many times they're very unfortunate that they hit their teammates multiple times, and hopefully they won't make the same mistakes many times afterwards in the future. And same goes to the season 1 and the rest of the field and try to get to the top 10 at best. But right now, they definitely want to get to the wildcard spot and try to get a win. The Western luck for Tim Macasio, the 12th Newark team. Back to you.
Yep. So 28, Mr. King Will, he's catching up with Bobby over here. If he keeps up with the consistency right now with the points, he might be able to sneak up to a wild card spot situation or possibly in the top 10. 44 of Leo over here currently in the top 10, speaking of. And already the 8 of Shade being passed by his son of the 80 of Cryos for 3rd. Can the 8 actually recover enough speed to pass it back for 4th? And he does not. The 12 of Timothy Macasio still has a good run. Elton John right behind his bumper right now currently. The one that's currently in last is poor old Dale Irwin. Probably not having the car today at the Pennzoil 400. That's a big yikes for the poor old 20 team. The 17 of Elton John, he's been pretty much one of the best performers that he's one of his best traits in racing is at road courses, where he'd be able to finish within the top 5 at the very least, the podiums at the best. He did have a really good performance at Watkins Glen, but he didn't finish in first, unfortunately. So let's hope he's able to bring in good amount of luck to win at the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 408 over here. Let's take a look at the cockpit of the 80 of Cryos. Trying to have the inside run on Elton John to win. And Elton John is playing it strategically. Cryos is looking, trying to make a dive bomb. But Elton John blocks. Still keeping Cryos at bay. Cryos is trying everything he can to intimidate, but Elton John, he's a veteran compared to little old Cryos, like them both be rookies. Cryos consistently still right behind at the bumper. Can he have an inside run to make a little fucking run? We already know that Ricky Man Jr. over here is the 80 of Cryos, as he has a habit of wrecking people out of the way, so be on the lookout from Ricky Man Jr. Over here, the 8 is slowly struggling out there, but he still has that draft. Can slowly catch him up. And we have the 3 passing the 56 of Pierce, and right now, currently, Tord is sitting in the top 5. So these two are looking for 6th in the top 10, with Pierce defending from the 3 for 6th place. Over here right now, it's getting a little bit closer and closer. While Elton John's defending, Cryos is pushing, trying to see what will make Elton John push out of the way. Let's see what's going on over here. Right now, Cryos is looking on the inside. He's got the inside run. He's passing Elton John at turn number 3. Can he have enough speed to pass him on the inside? Looks like Elton John slowly has good amount of speed, but the turning distance for little old Cryos is becoming an advantage. As they're side by side, Cryos will take 2nd away from Elton John. Coming out of turn number 1. Into turn 2, Cryos is having to defend his 2nd place position real quick.
And reports say
And Elton John is having that.
Reports say that the 80 team, they had a very fast car in qualifying. They didn't got what they needed. But it seems like they just pulled fast laps consistently. And they're charging for the 12. Back to you.
Alright, over here we finally have Ken Lemon in the top 10. This is exactly what he needs for a little rebound, as he's been somewhat struggling over here in points. He's right behind the 3, looking for 7th. And over here we got the 56 of Pierce trying to look for the inside through Tord, the points leader currently. But unfortunately, the 3 of Venk will be looking. Can the 56 copy and be able to block? 56 got the blocking part right, but not the speed that he needs to pass the 36 currently. Over here, Venk has been still looking. He's still looking for that inside run from the 56 of Pierce. While he's looking, we got Kane Lemon charging in hard. Oh, Venk has got the inside run. 4 blocks. Making sure he won't be able to pass for double positions for the top 5. Unfortunately, the 3 of Venk did not have a good inside run. Now Kane Lemon's looking to have an inside run right in front of the 3. Oh, we got green flag pit stops over here. Now this is going to get really interesting over here. You can see the leaders and some of the people in the pack coming in for their first round of pit stops. Now remember folks, this race was sponsored by Plickety Plack. Fuck the pit crew.
Come on, get me out there, let's go, get me back out there, come on, let's go, come on.
Brought to you by the Canadian Healthcare. It's for free. Not really.
Yeah, here comes the 12 right here at 80.
Pit stop.
12 and 80 going for 4 tires and gas. See who can take the one here.
Yep.
Will be 80 or 12 coming in soon. Tight battle.
It's going to be a close one over here as they change their tires, put in gas, and it looks like the 12 of Timothy Makacho wins this pit stop. Followed by the 3, the 56, the 57, the 26, the 80, the 74, the 32, the 28, the 35, 2. Here comes the second pack.
Update on the 80, they had to go for a little bit of adjustment, and they didn't want to get too loose. A little bit of wedge adjustment on the 80.
Yep, there's been a little bit of adjustments going on for the 8, as he's getting 4 tires right now. 17 of Elton John's getting out, followed by the 8, and the 44, 6 of the fastest car. And the 36 and the 13, the 66, the 30, the 21, the 64, the 29 and the 1, 7, the 52, the 63, the 11, the 37, the 42, 60, the 4, 23, the 20, and the 14. Oh man, this is an interesting change in the pit stop strategy. But I have a feeling that your leader is going to be the 12 of Timothy Makasho. Everything is spread out and it's getting a little bit dicey. And it looks like that I am right that Timothy Makasho is leading this race. Followed by Elton John, then Pierce, myself, the Ken Lemon, the Danielle, Scotty Leo the host, Victor in the top 10, how about that? And the 80 of Cryos in the top 10. Victor had a good pit stop strategy. Fastest lap now goes to Cryos. So be on the lookout for Cryos being the fastest car out there. He's already right behind Leo currently. Out of 28, Mr. King Will's looking to try his best to be in the top 10. Looking through phase to see if he's got the stuff that he could do to be able to contend for a good finish here at the Pennzoil 400. He's looking on the inside still. He's going deep inside. Can he pass phase? He's got the inside run. Can he have enough draft? He does not. Oh man, a 3-wide situation with the 34, the 48, and the 33. Now back to 2. Good job checking up on your 3. 12, but Timothy Makasho has been dominating this race with over a 2-second lead from Elton John. Wow. Unfortunately, the ones in 14th for the terrible pit stop, or the 24th, or 40th, blah, blah, blah. Over here, who's fortunately in last, is the 414 of Omar, who had a terrible pit stop. Seems like they're not lucky today. Fastest car right now goes to Elton John with a close margin. How about that? Now, Timothy Makasho is going to have to look out for the fastest car out there. And that is the 17 of Elton John. Let's see if he made up some time. He does. He's slowly catching up. Only thing that will help Timothy is if he's passing lap traffic. We got a battle in the top 5 currently for third. That is the 3 and the 56. 56 appears, goes inside. Has the inside run. Can Vic defend? Does Vic have an outside run? Now help him defend. Oh, they're side by side as equals. And it looks like the 56 is edging out to actually have good old third place. Now here comes the 8 of myself. They're still side by side. This is interesting because they're about dead on even with speed. Oh, this is going to be a tight battle. And it looks like the 56 clears for third. Here comes the 8 of myself in the top 5. Here comes Danielle catching up in the top 5, followed by the 44 of Scotty Leo. Side by side action going on with the 57 and the 80 of K11 and Cryos. Cryos has the inside run. K11's got the experience to make the outside work. He's got help from the 6 of Victor. But Victor is helping out with the 80 of Cryos. And Cryos clears K11 for 8th. Here comes Victor for 9th, trying to bow it out with K11, and he takes it with the draft with the help of the 80 of Cryos. The 6 was looking on the inside, but Cryos blocks out of turn number 4. We see a battle between the 44 of Scotty Leo and the 26 of Danielle. Already we have a little bit of a battle going on between Mr. King Will and FaZe and a few others, as well as SOT Productions and the 74 Quan within the top 15. They're catching up to the top 10 real quick. Already things are looking really interesting over here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like they're catching up to slowly to lap traffic. The 8 of myself is passing the 56 for third. Can he have enough speed to do it? Oh, 3-wide situation with Danielle, Cryos, and Victor. They're coming up to turn 3, coming up to turn number 4. Hey, Cryos not cause a wreck. Hey, Cryos not cause a wreck. He's hanging in there. And he does. He clears away Danielle from the 3-wide situation. Now he's catching up to the 6 of Victor. K Lemon looking on the inside, trying to pass the 26 of Danielle. Here comes the top 15, catching up to the top 10 real quick. Already we're just about almost in our halfway mark. Just about, not fully. Alright, one more lap at this.
This report right here, 3060, a good start, and all of a sudden, just thought they were good. Now that the car's all tight, they struggling, slowly going down one by one. Probably have to figure out a way. Probably needs a caution or better good pit stop.
That is true. Over here for the 36, despite having a tight car, he's still catching up with Zeno right over here right about now. Still looking. Unfortunately, thanks to the situation with this team, saying about a tight car, he's going to have a little bit of a doozy. But he's gotten the inside run. He's going to try to pass Zeno. Now lap number 48, let's go ahead and crank it up. Ride with the hometown hero at Las Vegas Speedway for the Pennzoil 400 of Leo.
Next on the 466 Ellis Boom team just had a header problem. Repeat, header problem. The 66 team.
Oh man, trouble for poor old Alex Bowman, having a header issue, finishing up in dead last. Timothy is already looking to pass through that traffic. He already passed the poor old 14 of Omar. Up next in the chopping block we have is the 48 of Danielle. Timothy Picasso is working up his magic. Can he be able to pass up Danielle at a turn number 4? And he does. Coming up next on the chopping block is poor old Dale Irwin. Now let's take a look what happened to poor old 66 of Alex Bowman. He was doing pretty good, catching up the pool. Let's see where it happened where he had an inch below. Poor old header. Oh, it was right there coming out to turn 3. He's going safely inside the pits. Slowing down drastically. Then he made it through safely. A little bit of a bold turning, but he managed to make his car in there safely, as we had words from this team with the crew chief saying right next to the header piece over here inside the motor. Already 17 of Elton John and 8 of Shade struggling a little bit with flat traffic, unlike Timothy Makasha, who's worked his magic up to make it to where he has an advantage for the lead. How about that?
And we had word with Alex Bowman. Wasn't happy with the mechanical problem, DNF. He is furious, not having the points he needed from momentum forward out of Talladega. Wish him for luck for next race after Vegas is open. Back to you.
We've seen footage, live footage, from only us, the commentators, can see that he was not having a good time with it at all. He threw his helmet on the car and just walked off home inside the truck, taking his car to the garage. Hoping for next luck everybody at this race after the Pennzoil 400. Alrighty, Mr. King Will in the top 10. Slowly catching up to the 13. Now over here, poor old Dale Irwin having to do everything he can to keep away from that Magic Man, ThunderFire, Timothy Picasso. Timothy Picasso has the inside run. Coming up to turn 1. He slowly but surely pulls away from Dale Irwin. As Timothy Picasso already passes through the chopping block for poor old 20. The 20 is trying to fight back. But the 12 of Timothy Picasso slowly prevails. Now up next in the poor old chopping block is the 34 of Arthur. Followed by the 33 of poor old Lo-Fi. So far, no tire issues, no mechanical issues right now. That was a close call for the good old 66. Because if the 66 was nowhere near to the pits, that would have been an automatic caution. Already, we could see Timothy Picasso catching, or not Timothy, Bobby catching up in the top 10. We have the 28 of Mr. King Will. He is still looking right behind FaZe for 9th place. Can he be able to pull it off against FaZe? 44 of Scotty Leo, the host himself, right behind the bumper of the 3 of Vic, your hometown hero for Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. He has the inside run coming up to turn 3. Oh, they're side by side, dead on equal up to turn 4. But the veteran hometown hero has slowly prevailed for the top 5. Already, Timothy is slowly catching up with the 34 of Arthur. It's only a matter of time before either two things. He keeps up to the 34. Oh, he's going into pits. This is the second round of the pit stop strategy, folks. Here we have the 3 of Vic coming in. Followed by, looks like 28 of Kingwell, 32 of Zeno. We have the 50 of Nick coming in, followed by the 33 of Lo-Fi. So, unique pit stop strategy at lap number 64. Here comes Arthur. And here comes Dale Irwin, followed by the 8th of myself. And you have the 56 of Pierce. And you have the 44 of the Hometown Hero, with the 80 of Cryos. 26 of Danielle, 35 of SOT Production, 57 of K Lemons, 74 of Kwan, 21 of the Band-Aid of Jolt, 72 of Trini Kevin, 77 of Cloudy Dash, 47 of Dahi, 52 of Maya, and many more. Now remember, folks, this race was sponsored by Plickety Pleck. Fuck the pit crew.
Come on, get me out there. Let's go. Get me back out there. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
And brought to you by the Canadian Healthcare. It's for free. Not really. Already, Timothy Picasso already had an excellent pit stop. He is slowly catching up to the pack. It's only a matter of time on the stands right now to see who actually is leading this entire race after the second green flag pit stops.
John's team taking 4 tires of gas, trying to take the 8
It's only a matter of time to see who actually has a unique strategy. But let's go ahead and find out. This poor old Tord, not in a very good position right now. He's got out real quick, followed by 64 of Xavier, 29 of Kayla. Here comes the 63 of Charger coming out. Now the pack is about spread out once again, like peanut butter and jelly in a sandwich. Without the sandwiching situation. Surprisingly enough, the 42 of Thomas is the last car coming into the pits with a bold pit stop strategy. Can he be able to back it up? We'll have to take a look and watch the 42 of Thomas Drobe, see if he has a unique pit stop strategy. Fortunately, poor old Timothy Picasso is going to pass him, because he was the leader in this ticker. And he's now taking the lead. Followed by the 13 and the 8. Or the 8 taking third, the 17 taking fourth, 3 taking third, the 56 taking sixth, Hometown Hero taking 7th, Cryos taking 8th, King Will taking 9th, and Victor taking 10th with a unique pit stop strategy. Looks like he took a little bit of splash of fuel with 4 towers. Let's see if he's be able to back it up. Looks like he's going to be able to make it to the clear. He's clear. Oh, watch out. Oh no, he's already next to the lap chop block. Here comes Timothy Picasso catching up with Arthur. Arthur next in the chopping block. Can he be able to clear it? He's got a little bit of issues. But if they keep single file, he's going to be able to easily pass them. As he is now going deep inside, pushing Arthur out of the way. Fastest lap goes to Vic with a 29.993 milliseconds. 29 seconds, how about that? Keep an eye out for the number 3, fellas. Here comes the 12. Up next for the chopper block is the 42 of Thomas Drobe. Just can't catch a break. He had a unique pit stop strategy, but couldn't back it up. It was bold. It was kind of stupid. He is already right behind the bumper of the 42 of Thomas Strobe. No words of what's going on with the current drivers right now, but words are saying that the 42 driver of Thomas Strobe is making messages to his crew chief saying that bold and risky move did not pay off at all. I am about to be a lap down, and this sucks on ice. And we hear him talking a little bit in French. It seems that he might be cutting in French, but we just don't have the abilities to translate at this time being, as he's trying everything he can to not be a lap down from Tracy Makashko, who has been leading majority of this race. But here comes the 8 of Shade and the 3 of Vink, slowly catching up as Timothy Makasho is starting to struggle against the 42 of Thomas Strobe. Already Xavier side-by-side battle going on with the 21 of the Band-Aid and Jolt. Not sure what position he'll be ending up in, but he moved up a spot. He's in 18th right now, going on 17th in the top 20. Poor old Tord not having a good day at Las Vegas at all, especially towards Viper. Word say from her crew chief team is that they are still suffering vibrations from the car, not being able to turn right still. Car still is tight.
Yeah, right sure there. They haven't made too much progress. Unfortunately, Tord, same thing with it. And 36, 19 on the Pontiacs. They're still can't figure that out what it is. Unfortunately, they have boosted ahead, but it seems it's just different issues with the car now.
All right. Timothy Makasho slowly fading away from the lap traffic cars, as including the 7 and the 42. Having the 8 of Shade and the 3 of Vink slowly catching up. They're making up some time as they're using lap traffic as an advantage. Timothy passes Eddie on the inside at turn 1. Now he's catching up to Thomas Strobe. Can he be able to have an inside run? He's going all out inside. Now he's going in drafting mode. Coming up to turn number 3. At turn number 4, he is still on the tail between the 42 and the 23 of Thomas Strobe and Jedi Master, followed by Jonah with the 37. Still right behind the bumper of Thomas Strobe. Thomas Strobe not giving in whatsoever. Unfortunately, Timothy Makasho has the inside run, and he's passing Thomas Strobe, making him, unfortunately, a lap down, followed by the 37 of Jonah. Uh-oh. Yellow flag has appeared. Appears some cars either might be having an issue, and that is poor old up to 48 having a little bit of a mechanical issue. Having suspension problems with the back left tire. My goodness, what's going on with the Fords these days? That's going to give a break to people who are about to be a lap down from poor old Timothy Makasho. Looks like Timothy's going to have to pull more magic to see if he's going to be able to win this, as they're currently changing the tires. They're trying to take a look at the suspension after they change the tires, trying to see what they could do to fix it.
Yeah, right here, Shay. They're trying to see if they can continue or not, see if the suspension is broken or not, and they are taking a look at the 48. It has broken it, and unfortunately, report is confirmed it is broken.
Oh man, now unfortunately the 48 of Danny had to put it into the garage and just call it a day. What a not so good night at all. Remember folks, this race was sponsored by Plickety Plack. Fuck the pit crew.
Come on, get me out there. Let's go. Get me back out there. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
And brought to you by the Canadian Healthcare. It's for free. Not really. And it looks like Timothy Mikasho is going to take away the lead. Almost made contact with the 36 of Ford, aka the Singing Pizza Man. Not what the time he's looking for at all. Here comes the hometown hero, got blocked by the 80 of Cryos. Not happy with that. There comes many drivers coming out. The 52 waiting out there. Either that or going through some adjustments. Nav went out. The last car coming out at lap 80. Oh man. Wow. So let's see what's going on over here currently after this lap. We're going to take a look to see who's a lap down. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than just 3 drivers. Let's go ahead and take a look. Who's a lap down? And little Mr. King Will here had an excellent pit stop, making it to 3rd over his friendly teammate Shade. How about that? So over here, we have drivers that are lapped down that are going to get the wave arounds. That is the number 7 of Eddie. The 23 of Jedi Master. And the 33 of Lo-Fi. They're going to have to make their way into the back of the pack.
Yeah, wave rounds will go to...
Just...
Wave round will go to the 7, 42, 37, Lucky Dog, Arthur.
Yep. So the 7, 42, 37, and the 34 are going to have their butts back from being a lap down. Whoa, think. Oh, a little bit of commotion going on. Trying to make it for double file restarts. Oh boy. We'll call in an additional yellow if the base car's flashers are off. Unless if they could be able to manage it in time to get in position. A little bit of commotion going on. That is the 42 of Thomas Drobe. Oh, my lord, what happened with Thomas? He is not happy with it one bit at all. He's looking for that car that's done this to him. Anyways, they're starting to line up to their positions. The pace car coming inside. Get ready, boys and girls, to come into our restart. And the green flag is in the air for the first time at Las Vegas Motor Speedway of the Pennzoil 400. Timothy Mikasho looking back to take his lead with the help with his teammate at the 28 of Mr. King Will. King Will started in hard, helping out his teammate with the shade, helping out one of his other teammates as well. Side-by-side action going on with the 3 and the 12. And the 12, Timothy Mikasho takes back his lead. All right, the 8 and the 28 are catching up to be 1, 2, 3. Poor old King Will got pushed to the outside. Can he make a rebound? They're looking outside for speed, helping out Tim. Now they go back inside. Now they go back outside. They're working as a team for the first time ever. We actually see them working as a full-on fledged team. As their crew chiefs are working in sync to help their friends out. How about that? And here comes the rivals of the Earth of Justice team, friendly rivals of the 44. Oh man, a 3-wide situation. I don't like it with where Trinity Kevin's at. 57 to K11 trying to catch up. Oh, Victor and Cryos and Leo are stuck over there. Cryos slowly pulling away, and Danielle, whoa, making it to another 3-wide once again. Let's see if Danielle's got the stuff to make it through. And does not. Timothy Mikasho now in third. Fastest car out there is the 3. So Timothy's going to have to pull out a lot of magic to be able to take away the lead back again from the 3 of Vink. Viper now starting to get the car up and running right. Words from the pit crew team is that they don't feel the vibrations within the car, and now they're making slow and steady progress to make up some positions. Already the 8 of Shade, looking aggressively on the inside, passing Timothy. I wonder what's going on with that strategy of his. Unless if he is faster than Timothy, so he would be able to have Timothy keep up. So let's go ahead and find out. See, they're side by side still. Here comes Leo in 4th and King Will in 5th. And the 8 of Shade takes 2nd. Here comes the hometown hero passing King Will for 3rd. Or Timothy for 3rd, excuse me. Here comes the 2 boys running the show. It is the 8 of Shade and the 44 of Leo, but Timothy Mikasho doesn't retaliate. He has help from King Will to be able to make back to the position. King Will looking deep inside, trying to make a slingshot for Tim, but did not work for the hometown hero. Fastest lap goes to the 44 of the hometown hero at Las Vegas. Wow! How about that? Now everyone's going to have to look out for the hometown hero of Las Vegas. Already 8's looking deep inside from the 3 of Inc. He's still looking. Going to show off the Mac attack. Coming out of turn 4. Up to turn 1. Going to be able to pull it off. There's still bumper to bumper. 8 checked up a bit, but he's still in the draft. Still looking inside. Hopefully had the inside run, but he did not. He's going back to... And it looks like 8 is still trying. And I'll be right back.
Indeed. Big has played big defense, doing well. Teammates 2 and 3. I'm honestly shocked that I got the fastest lap. Literally. I am definitely not holding anything back after what happened earlier to Dover. This is my home turf, so it's here. It's a matter of win, patience to find a way. Fun fact, acting funny is this is Joe Gibbs Racing, and my own team I'll be racing, and get it to I'll be racing team. It's struggle. Well, it's not struggling, but it has the same thing over with the 105. It's the same brand.
Oh,
I don't know why we keep having
I like.
signals at 105, but 404 here shocks me.
All right, now back to the main host over here of the show for right now. Currently, friendly teammates side by side. That is the 8 of Shade and the 44 of Leo. Here comes Timothy Macasio trying to get in for the mix. Hometown Hero versus the brother of the Hometown Hero, far away out in the east. They're still side by side. And looks like the 44 of Leo is pulling away for second, trying to chase down the 3 of Vic. Oh man, King Will's gonna have to work defense over here against the likes of Danielle and Elton John. The 8 of Shade not giving up easily, but he's having to work side-by-side action right here. Oh, now they're in drafting mode between Timothy Macasio. Timothy looking inside for earlier, but he is now in drafting mode. Oh, Danielle looking inside from Mr. King Will. Now it's the battle between the twos of the 26 and 28. 28's got enough speed to keep his position from Danielle. Here comes the Hometown Hero chasing down the 3 with the help with his friend of the 8 and the Heroes of Justice of the 12, Timothy Macasio. Here they are, they're looking aggressively at the 3. Hometown Hero's looking inside. Does he have enough speed? There he is, he's trying to chase down to the inside. Oh, he's got the turning advantage. And he's got pushed outside. And the Hometown Hero be cleared for the lead. Oh, they're still side by side. And the 44 inches up for the lead at 8/1000ths of a second. How about that? Here comes Timothy Macasio trying to work his way up to 3rd over his friend teammate of the Heroes of Justice of the 8 of Shade. The 8 and the 12 are looking dangerously at the 3, trying to make it for 2nd and 3rd. But King Will still working on defense, trying to keep the 26 and the others at bay. But there's only how much that he can do, as Danielle's got the inside run, and Danielle's going to break up the Heroes of Justice Team 1-2-3 format and have Elton John push the 26 into the top 5. And Elton John is going to try to make it into the top 10. And it looks like Danielle's in the clear in the top 5. Mr. Kingwell dropped down from 5th all the way up to 8th. But let's hope he can make a little rebound real quick, as he's slowly catching up to the 21 of Jolt. Already Hometown Hero is trying to do everything he can to keep himself into the lead. This is his home track after all. Words from the 44's crew chief saying, "This is your own home turf. Use it as an advantage." And already the 8 is just still looking. See, the 3 would bulge, but unfortunately the 3 does not break. Here comes the 6. Victor trying to look for the top 10 for Cloudy Dash. See if Victor has enough speed, but he has no help, unfortunately. Now the 77 of Cloudy Dash still takes away the 10th place position from the top 10. Victor still looking, side-by-side action. Already Elton John is getting passed by the 21 of Jolt. Here comes King Will trying to charge into the mix. Does he have enough speed to catch up to the 21? 21 and 17 are side by side. Elton John slowly fading away from the 21. 21 gonna take away 6th place. Here comes King Will right behind Elton John. It looks like King Will's gonna do a little bit of a side-by-side action with Elton John if Elton John doesn't go to inside, but he does. He blocks King Will. See if he's gonna be able to make a pass on Elton John for 7th place. Here comes Danielle trying to charge in hard from the duo, the Heroes of Justice. Here comes the 8 of Shade trying to make a pass from Vink for 2nd. Chasing down hometown hero of Las Vegas for the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Here comes Timothy Micasio trying to get into the mix. But I hope he's going to be able to make it through. He's behind the 3 of Vink. Alright, let's take a look over here at what's going on in the formation over here. Side-by-side action going on between the 72 and the 77 of Trinity Kevin and Cloudy Dash for the top 10. Here comes Cryos, trying to make his way to 11th, battling it out with Victor. Victor aggressively blocks Cryos near to the Clippers. Almost got clipped by the Ricky Man Jr. And he saved it. That's all that matters. He saved his car from getting wrecked. Here comes the 12 of Timothy Micasio getting closer and closer to the 3's bumper of Vic. See what's going on over here. Check out the fastest lap currently. Fastest lap still goes to the hometown hero of Mr. Leo. Timothy Micasio still right behind the 3 in 4th place. Trying to look himself into the podium finish. Timothy Micasio still aggressively drafting. Poor old King Will is fading away from Elton John, plunging in for 8th currently. Words are coming from the Mr. King Will from his pit crew team is that the car is getting a little bit tight coming out of the tri-oval and into turn number 1. Gets a little too loose for comfort. Turns right a little bit at turn number 3, but that's where up to turn number 4 is where the story changes. Might be dealing with some tire issues.
There, they might be dealing with that, but it seems they're doing okay. They even up, trying to chase down that spot, practicing gear, strategy, pit stop soon if this doesn't go yellow. Meanwhile, Salt 69, they finally got that car running. Now out to 9th, struggling in the 20s. They're doing just fine. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the Crusader at 36. Having issues that Viper had earlier has now to effect not really having the car needed. Their full winner not paying.
If he keeps this up with fading away, dropping like a fly, he might be the upset of the day at the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Now here comes the 3rd green flag pit stops with looks like I would assume is Jedi Master starting off with the earliest pit stop at lap number 111. Here comes the hometown hero followed by Shade. And then by Danielle, the 21 of Jolt coming in, and many others. And remember folks, this race was sponsored by Plickety Platt. Fuck the pit crew.
Get me out there, let's go! Get me back out there, come on! Let's go! Come on.
And brought to you by the Canadian Healthcare. It's for free. Not really. Let's see if any of the other drivers here have a unique pit stop strategy. 8 is now in the pits. He's going in for a change of his right side tires. And now he's going in for his left side tires. Here comes Tord. Now the hometown hero gets out real quick followed by the 8 of Shade, the 26 of Danielle, 21 of Jolt. Here comes the 2 Heroes of Justice. See if they can come out as 1-2 side by side. Here comes Timothy McCastro coming into the pits, having to phase through with his magic from the 64 of Xavier. Here comes the 80 of Kryos in the pit box. Here comes King Will coming out to the pits. See if they can come out as 1-2. And they do come out as 1-2. Side by side, like I predicted. Now this is going to be a unique strategy over here. To see if the hometown heroes got enough speed to take back his lead. Or would the 2 heroes of the Heroes of Justice be able to take away the lead? And the hometown hero is slowly catching up between the 2 heroes. Now is unfortunately first, followed by the 8 of myself in second with 888 one-thousandths of a second.
Ironic. 888.
And with the 3 hinting me as the number 3 in Golden Rush and me being the 8 in ThunderFire. But the 3 trend of the 8s have been changed to 684. As the 8 of myself is catching up to the hometown hero. Side by side action going on for a third of the 3 of Vic and the 21 of Jolly. Or Jolt. Here comes the 17 of Elton John in the top 10. Here comes the 2 heroes, side 1 and 2, drafting with each other, see if they can catch up to the pack. Here comes Timothy trying to give Will a run of his money to see who would actually clinch in to 7th. Fastest lap still goes to the hometown hero of good old Leo, followed by the 8 being the second fastest car. How ironic that they're 1-2 as the fastest and in position right now currently. We're having words from Leo's pit crew is that they're having a great car out there and they're using the home turf as the advantage for winning this race for the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But his crew chief is telling him to watch out for his good friend Shade, because Shade has been really consistent and he's been locking eyes on Leo's bumper, not making any mistakes, trying to steal away a win at Las Vegas. Now I'll tell you this, is that Shade did not have a win at ThunderFire, but Leo has a win. But if we're going through cup-wise, Shade has a win from Season 5, and Leo has been winless since Season 1. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull off his own second win. Uh-oh, we're going to have to take a look at Thomas Drobe, see what happened. I think we might do a little bit of a recap. So let's see what's going on over here of why he's pulled back. Uh-oh. DIY. Thomas, buddy. You know you can't do that. You know you can't do that. That is a dumb move on your part. I could see why you're actually struggling in that race, and that's all your fault. Already 1-2 action going on with the 44 of the hometown hero, followed by his friendly rival teammate. Here they are catching up to lap traffic at the 14 and 7 of Omar and Eddie. They are spread out even. Now Shade's looking deep inside, trying to use his lap car as an advantage. The hometown hero now in second against his friendly rival teammate of Shade. Oh man, Leo's not happy with that, as he did a little dive bomb, leaving Leo to bite the dust with the 14. Here comes the 8, looking over the 7. Now put him in the chopping block. Here comes the hometown hero. He's catching up real quick, right behind the 8. 8 goes outside high, trying to gain speed. Here comes the 44 inside, gaining speed. Hometown hero, inside line, as his friend goes high, now goes inside. Goes a little bit high out of turn 2. Here comes the Heroes of Justice. They're slowly pulling back, but they're still 1-2 in the top 10. So far, no issues going on. Cars are facing a little bit of vibrations. Oh man, this is already becoming an intense battle over here at Vegas. If there's a caution, anything could change. And we only just had one caution of the day. Already 44 is at the bumper of his friendly rival teammate of Shade. Here comes the next lap car, and I would presume that it is going to be the 29 of the DeWalt machine of Kayla. Oh boy, they're gonna have to pass the Thick Bear, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Thick Bear is always nothing but trouble in racing. Oh man, 44 is still aggressively right behind the bumper. He's made up just a short amount of more better time with 2 1,000ths of a second faster than his previous lap. And he's still looking as the 3 still, or actually not the 3, the 8 is still defending the lead. Fastest lap goes to the 63 of Charger. Wow.
I thought that was it. It missed the fast lap, but we were better.
Yeah, as unfortunately the 8 is the 3rd fastest car. How many goddamn times am I gonna have to be part of the 3? Fight me being a different number car. Jesus, this trend won't stop dying. Why won't you die? Number machine, son. Here comes the 8 of Shade, passing the Thick Bear, as Thick Bear is trying to aggressively push or do a hip bomb against Shade, but no to prevail. Already, Leo, looking at a wise move, goes inside, dive bomb in the 8. Leo's the 2nd fastest car. He should be able to pull out into the clear for the lead. Uh-oh, side-by-side action going on with the 8 and 44. They're still side-by-side. Oh boy, here we go. And the 44 leads this lap by 17,000ths of a second. They're still side by side. Holy smokes, they're not giving up for the lead. This is like a prime battle between Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt, except this is the off-brand discount version. We got Dale Earnhardt Jr. battling against Robbie Gordon.
This is literally prime teammate battle right here.
For sure, friendly rival teammates, that's what they call each other. They're still side by side, and Shade had an excellent outside pass. But Leo is looking for revenge. He's trying to do a dive bomb on Shade, but Shade blocks aggressively. How about that? With the 8 taking back the lead by 100/1000th of a second. Let's see if Leo could be able to do a rebound. Here comes the 21, passing the 26 for third. Already, Leo is slowly pulling back. But he's still in the drafting zone. Can Leo be able to actually keep up and actually make a move against Shade? Here they are coming up with the next lap car, and this is the poor old 42 of Thomas Drobe. These two are definitely giving each other a run of their money. See who will win at Las Vegas. Let me see the fastest lap over here. I didn't see it clear. Fastest lap still goes to the 63. So do a little bit of a do we have enough time for a crank it up?
I don't think we have enough anymore since we're at the closing moments now. We're getting close to that moment.
Oh, I see. Oh, that stinks. Oh well, but looking at this side-by-side battle is definitely a make-up to it for sure. Now the 44 still looking inside, trying to get speed from the 8, but the 8 is pulling away. As we're approaching to our lap car at the 42 of Thomas Drobe, can Leo use that as an advantage to pass the 8? Now the 8 is blocked by the 42. Now the 8 goes inside. Now the 44 is going to make it a 3 wide for a moment, but unfortunately the 8 pulls through. Oh man. We're having words from the 44's pit crews that the car is looking like it's turning a little bit too tight, or they could be running off of old tires and may have to pit if they don't have enough gas to make it through.
Seems it's gonna be old tires. Everybody's on old tires. They're feeling it, and the rubber's coming off soon. They're going a little slower on the turns. Almost everybody's thinking one last green flag piss off, but which lap should be the right one?
Yeah, it's only a matter of when. Is that they're actually going to have to change out the tires. And a matter of fuel also. That is an important factor as well. It is a matter of fuel. Now Leo's slowly catching up to the 8 of Shade. Fastest lap still goes to the 63. Here comes the next car for the lap chopping block. It is poor pole sitter of Tord, aka the Singing Pizza Man. You can see the 8 of the Larry McIntyre with the 44 of the Shell Machine catching up to his upper. 8 goes inside. It gets blocked by the 36. And here comes the 44. Trying to go outside, gain speed. It goes to make a dive bomb. Oh, he is getting inches closer to the 8 bumper. The 8 has a good out. And Leo has a good inside line. Only 1/1000th of a second improvement. Poor old 44 is fading away fast. Up next in the lap traffic chopping block is the 4 of Ryan Little and the 64 of poor old Xavier, I would assume. Yep, and it looks like I was correct. Poor old 36 lap down. Here comes the hometown hero. He's still drafting, still looking. See if he made up some time. He made up. Wow, what a lot of time. I guess the hometown hero has finally figured out the great groove that he could do at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. Here they are coming into turn number 3 to turn number 4. Let's see if good old Leo made up some time. He did not make up better time. He is slowly fading away and getting back in. See if he's going to be able to catch up to his friendly rival teammate of Shade. Here comes Timothy Macastro passing the 21 for third. Oh, 17 and the 42 are going in for pit stops. And it looks like the leaders between 8 and the 44 are going in for the pits. As well as the 23 of Jedi Master. Now remember, folks, this race was sponsored by Plickety Plack Pit Crew.
Come on, get me out there. Let's go. Get me back out there. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
And brought to you by the Canadian Healthcare. It's for free. Not really. Let's see who's going to have an excellent pit stop strategy. Is it going to be the hometown hero, or is it going to be his friend? Leo gets out of his pit box first. There comes Shade coming out. The one that's front one is Shade, followed by the 44 of Leo. Here comes many others coming in. Here comes the 17, Nelson John coming out with the 6 of Victor. Here comes the 30 of Bobby, 36 into the pits. 77 and the 57 coming out, 20 coming out, 60 coming out, 2 coming out, 74 coming out. So that's 64, the 4. And the 36 finally comes out, followed by the 12 of Timothy Macastro, the 21 of Jolt, and the 28 of Mr. King Will, 3 of Vic, 14 of Omar, 7 of Eddie, 63 of Charger, and many others. Let's see if Timothy Macastro and King Will had an excellent pit stop strategy. So far, no issues going on for the cars. The 8 is winning this race in the lead, followed by 44 of Leo. Leading the fastest lap is still the 63 of Charger. What an insane moment. Oh, here comes Leo, the hometown hero, trying to pass his friend on the inside lane. Shade has a good outside. Leo has the inside groove. He is catching up with his friendly rival teammate for the lead, and he takes it away. But Shade is having a little bit of a battle on the outside. Unfortunately, the hometown hero clears him. Can the 8 be able to keep it up and be able to pass him with a slingshot? He does not. He's in drafting mode. Timothy Macastro in 3rd. Poor King Will in 6th. Struggling out there between the other 20 cars. Between the 26 and the 21. Already, you can see the 2 fan favorites over here. The 8 of Shade, who won by sheer luck from the Season 5 Golden Rush of the Cup Series. And the 44 of Leo, the hometown driver at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, already having a great way of leading the race. And they are catching up with lap traffic. Here we are at 150 laps with nearly 12 laps to go. And they are catching up to lap traffic of the 4 of the Ryan Little and the 64 of Xavier. Still no tire issues coming out. Elton John now in the top 10. The 8 slowly catching up. But the 44 is still speeding away. Here comes the 12 of Timothy Makacho. He's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to win it. Here comes Peters, about to lap down lap traffic. See the aggressive shell machine of the Pontiac Grand Prix catching up real quick. Sorry, right behind Ryan Little and Xavier. Can Leo make a pass before Chase catches up real quick? And he does. Passing Ryan Little into turn 1. And we're coming up to turn number 2. Having to be in the side-by-side battle with Ryan Little. Now to turn number 3. No longer side-by-side battle with Ryan Little. What is going on with people having the fastest cars out there at the closing moments of this race? Aztec now taking the fastest lap. What a strange turn of events. Here comes the 44, the hometown hero, passing the 64 of Xavier. Here we go, coming up to 7 to go. Now to 6 to go. Already Leo's starting to have a comfortable lead with his friend struggling with lap traffic. Here comes the 74 of Kwan, about to be a lap down by the leader, Leo. Already Shade's not looking happy with Ryan Little. And Xavier. Already this is becoming an intense battle between cat and mouse. Already now Leo's the cat versus a bunch of mouses. Or mice. Already passing down a mouse of the Quan of the 74. Up next for this mouse is this 34 of Arthur. Followed by another mouse of 37 of Jonah. And I think that's the 52 of Maya and the 56 of Pierce. And it looks like I am correct. Already Ryan Little is still catching up with the 8 of Shade, not wanting to have second place to pass him. Already using the 74 catch up with the leader. And we are approaching at what? Number 159 with only about 4 more laps to go. Now the 8 finally passing Ryan Little at the 4. Already Leo has over a second advantage of the lead. Timothy Mikasho having a comfortable third, as well as Jolt having a comfortable fourth. Danielle in the comfortable top 5. King Will in a great top 10. Training Kevin in the 7th. And in 8th for the 3 of Vic. The 63 of Charger, the second fastest car out there. And 6th of Victor in the top 10. Here we are with 3 laps to go. Or actually 2 laps to go, excuse me. Here we are coming out of turn number 4 into the Tri-Oval. Lap flag in the air with 1 more lap to go with the last lap sponsored by Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels! Beat that!
Already, we can see that the leader, the hometown hero of Leo, coming out of turn number 2, catching up with the 37 and the 52. Here he is coming out of turn number 3. It's gonna be a long shot home to victory with the hometown hero of Scott Leo taking away the Pennzoil 400 Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Let's go, baby. We're back in action. Here comes champion.
Here comes the 44 having the second win in his career of ThunderFire. What a great way to have a secondary win, especially at a hometown track. It feels a little bit special, don't you think?
No doubt about it, especially neat after a terrible Dover Cup run.
With the 8 of Shade having a podium finish in second, as well as Timothy Bacascio, 1-2 for the podium finish. Poor old King Will couldn't make it, but 6th place ain't too bad for him at all.
Yeah, teammates go 1-2 and then 2-3 for Shade's teammate right there. Not too wide action with the other end when that was cinema.
Especially over here for ThunderFire as friendly rival teammates. Definitely absolute cinema right there.
I haven't seen race.
No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind that poor old 36 of Tord, aka the Singing Pizza Man, is going to be the big upset of the day.
I agree. I agree. Let's say he travels all the way to 33rd. That's pretty good positions. I don't see anyone else. The only possibility that really can take that away is the 66. But I'm not certain. But it definitely should be toward starting the first all the way dropping down to again 33rd. So that's 32 spots down. Me and Shay with that.
Yeah. So let's
freaking, what was it, 80 something laps. We put up a cinema battle side by side, bumper to bumper, until the last green flag pit stop, and it showed that new tires, speedy Ryu was ready to roll.
That gives off the vibes of discount versions of Tord and Dale Earnhardt.
It is Tord.
And it looks like Tord is the upset of the day.
42
What a great
down.
way. What a great way to finish up this race at Las Vegas. Next up on the schedule in the ThunderFire division is going to be good old. Let's see over here. We already did. Up next is good old Bristol. Oh boy, everyone's gonna have fun at Bristol, especially those that love the chaos.
Yeah.
I did pretty good commentating all that myself. Oh my god.
Yeah, you did one heck of a job, dude. I mean, heck, I've done that for 2 seasons, and here you are with your sample version of it. And you did a heck of a job.
I'm already having to drink a lot of water from this because, dear God, my tongue is feeling dry as fuck.
Yeah. I did the
I
best
hope that commission art's worth it, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I did the best I could for putting some and in there while you were gone, and especially doing the reporting sections of it, of pretty much where
Yeah.
the guy would be in reporter.
But hey, you did good. You did the best that you could. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for
Already we
watching.
finished up with that.
Yeah, thank you all for watching for Las Vegas. There, if I can again really do commentary for today, but tomorrow though is one more cup race, and then finally taking a little breather for us, and then after that we'll be back next week, and everything should be back to normal on the usual. To be back on track. Season 6 will be our last double race is for the schedule, since the only reason why we're doing double in the first place is our 2 year or 1.5 year hiatus we had from not having other seasons going, because we would have like season 5 in there, and that's why we're in season 6. We're almost there. If we get the season done in a good amount, then we're going only 1 races, and that would pretty much help us big time for not just this the Cup Series and the Busch Series, but it would help out mainly due to the fact for the upcoming events of the new series for the Winston Chase series overall of sim racing of the Winston Chase sim racing, and that's Division 3, 4, and 5, and that would make it well enough worth its time for each race to be a race for D1 all the way to 5. So when season 6 and this season is done for 2 races, that's where the big expansion happens. For not just D3.
Oh boy, and that's where the real fun begins.
Yep. So, and don't expect
Not just D3, but also D4 and D5.
So expect fantasy drivers, any teams that come to mind, or heck, drivers that have been mentioned on other leagues to come into here. So that will be a fun thing to see soon. When season 6 gets down, it's most likely still in its points of time, and then after that, we're getting close to halfway done with ThunderFire. This was, of course, the third race of the second half. Only 7 more to go. 7 chances left for drivers who wants to make in that chase of the Winston Chase.
Yep, we're just about nearly at the halfway mark. Boy, oh boy, this is just really, really interesting. How closer and further away these drivers are to making it eligible for the Winston Chase.
At least that one clinches me right now for wildcard spot number 1. Again, that's top 20. Until then, everybody, have a good one, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at Michigan Speedway 2 Mile Track there on Golden Rush Season 6 of race number 4. Leo, aka Bub Rocker, the host, signing
Till then,
off.
And Shade 59,000 co-hosts signing off. Thank y'all, and we'll see you at Michigan.